Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Adventuring Guild. This is episode 5. I'd like to thank all my players for joining me today, especially in the crazy times that we are currently in. Personally,
You're welcome.
Thanks, TJ.
Never say I didn't do anything for you.
Always there for me. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And that's enough of that. Thank you all for joining in on this wondrous Sunday afternoon. The Cowboys are winning 28-3, I think, last I saw. So hooray.
What?
Yes.
They win?
They're winning.
It's only halftime.
Go Cowboys. I know it's only halftime, and this could be another replay of the Atlanta Falcons and New England Patriots Super Bowl, except Atlanta turns around and comes back somehow, but I'm going to hold out hope. Nonetheless, we're going to kick it off right now. So last time on the Adventuring Guild, our group of intrepid adventurers made their way into the Feywild, navigated its dangerous aspects, and come across a settlement in which they slowly approached and were attacked. After completely demolishing the attackers, you could say, they took a look around and found out and not only discovered that these were, one, the missing townsfolk of Granite, and two, it was also the one who took them. We last left off, if I recall, Granite was grabbing a dead corpse by the throat because he was utterly pissed off. So, we'll pick up right there. Granite. Ow. It's a problem when you have two microphones, run into each other. Granite, what would you like to do?
So I pick up the corpse and I'm carrying it back towards the group where everybody's trying to get together. And you, I believe, were just about to start trying to identify who was left from the tribe.
Who is you?
Daniel.
Oh.
It was in his hands as to how many and who was still left.
Oh yeah. I mean, you've just got done with the heat of battle here. I mean, I asked you that earlier just because I needed some information, but there was one of the shifters that were fighting and ended up being completely toasted and dead. Like obliterated dead. The other one survived because I could not pull off a legendary attack one after another because of Matt. Way to go, Matt. Thank you. Rules lawyering the DM, but that's okay. I appreciate it. That's why you got an inspiration dice. I think I gave you one. I think I've given a few people one. Oh yeah, and also TJ, we talked about your familiar as well previously.
Oh yeah, kaput.
Don't forget about that.
Oh yeah.
Your spider was fried completely. So in this instance, this is nighttime right now, and it's dark, but you're dragging the corpse over. Well, y'all do what you want to do, and I'll fill in the gaps and details in a minute.
Okay. I'm gonna start checking all of my people to make sure that they're okay, and then I will start identifying who's left.
Okay.
I want to check this little bastard's body while I got him.
Oh, okay, yeah. Give me an investigation check.
Shake him by the ankles.
To see what's in his pockets.
13.
13. Okay. You give him a good shaking, and there's not really much that comes out.
Okay.
Truth be told, because he is a fey creature, and they don't really carry a whole lot on themselves. But if you wish to salvage parts of him for fun, you can do that.
I'm carrying him by the throat, so that's as much salvaging as going to be done by me for right now.
Okay. In reality, you don't find much. You find a whistle.
Whistle.
Yeah, you're gonna find a whistle. There's no money, but more or less just a whistle and a. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah. And a flute, and we'll go with that.
These are just
Neat.
look like common items. They don't look like anything special. They don't have any identifying markers on them.
Just look like a whistle and a flute.
Okay, fair.
I guess I'll say that the shifter that Abigail attacked, and then I think she went over there and healed him.
You did.
I'll say that like at some point she led him over to Granite, and then Abigail kind of like kneels and like starts apologizing. I hope you can forgive me.
That's right. Abigail did put a spear through the chest.
Yeah.
One of your townspeople, but you, at the time, Abigail did not know. Over comes a shifter Granite, and you recognize this person. You haven't seen him in many years. In fact, you've been gone about 7, 8, almost 8 years now on journeying. But this person looks exactly like you could recall back 8 years ago. Almost like they haven't aged at all. And this one was a townsfriend, a townsperson who was a friend of yours that you knew growing up in the small village. Of course, growing up in the small village, everybody knew everybody. This is Red Pine. And he looks at you and he goes, Mountain Dew? Thank God. Thank the gods. You've come. We were so worried. We had almost given up hope.
So I'm guessing that he doesn't realize how much time it's been since I've been traveling.
Well, he does look at you and he goes, and he reaches out and he's kind of like not touching you, but kind of just like looking at your face. He goes, you've aged. We were the same age. What has happened?
It's been some time since I had seen you last. Been on many a journeys.
He looks at you and goes, it's only been a month. At most, maybe.
This place does weird things with time. And with you being removed from our normal realm, I'm assuming that has a lot to do with it.
I do not understand. Said we've been trapped at this place at the mercy of, and he points down at the burden prints that you hold upon your hands. He goes, we've been trapped at the mercy of him for only about a month now. When he came and he took us from the village, he captivated our minds with some sort of musical device.
I'll look at the
And
flute.
that. He goes, that's it. Be careful. He said we came here, and in our journeys we began to set up a settlement, and you can look around. It's dark, but you can see some buildings have been started to be constructed here. There's one that had already been built that looked like it was the main focus. A larger, more, what's the word I'm looking for? More elaborate house, something nicer in that area. And then off to the side, there's a very large, looks like a common house, a very large common house that had been built in the time, more or less kind of thrown together. He said he brought us here and made us build things. We didn't understand. He goes, we need to get to the others. We need to tell the others. And he looks at the rest of the group, and then he calls them over, and he said, come with us. And he points over to the common building. He said, the rest of the village is in the common house. They begins to lead y'all over towards the common house.
Okay.
What are you doing with the body?
I'm gonna carry him by its throat. I've got it in my hand, and it's just gonna drag along with me as I walk.
Let me ask you this: what is Granite's alignment at the moment?
He's always been chaotic neutral.
Is chaotic neutral? Okay. Yeah. We'll stick with that for now. You make your way over into the common house, and you open the door, and inside the common house you can see probably about 20 people that remain inside the common house. And there's an older gentleman in there that Red Pine walks towards, and it's his father. And his father comes over, and he goes, Mountain Dew. He goes, you've aged so much. Nothing like you were. And then you hear Red Pine chime in. He goes, it's the Feywild father. Something has gone different. He said he's been gone a lot longer than we thought. He said while his family, while we thought had just been only displaced for a month, maybe more, it seems to have been quite a lot longer. And you see his father, Red Pine's father, look you over, and he said, yes, seems that way. And he looks to the rest of you, Penelope and Erwin and Vessel, and he goes, we cannot thank you enough for freeing us from this madness.
You're welcome.
So we did not know what was going to happen to us. He made us come here to worship him for reasons unknown. He acted like a child with too much power. It was strange.
Did he have a place where he stayed?
His place was the first house built, the most elaborate. It took all of us as much working around the clock to get it done for him. Otherwise, we were bruised, beaten, sent off. We had lost a few to the woods, to the east or to the west, and some we had lost in gathering supplies to try to survive. The lands are unknown to us here.
trying to. Granite's trying to figure out how to separate these emotions of having so many people back that he lost versus what he knows he needs to try to do this to get him out of the Feywild, which I guess would be his next question to them would be, I can lead you back home.
I believe going home would be for the best. We do not have any surpluses or shelter, decent shelter here, as we've only been here for such a short amount of time. Home would probably be preferred.
How many strong are we? How many strong able are we?
Looking at the group, you would see shifters by nature are fairly strong individuals themselves. The village had lost probably about 2 or 3 good strong men and 2 or 3 about 2 women from the hunter-gathering groups. So your party is about 20. I'd say you'd have 15 good hands that you could put something together with.
Okay. It's a couple days journey from here back to where we enter the Feywild. It's some of it's treacherous.
Penelope clears her throat and says, we can't go back the way we came. At least not from here.
The older gentleman turns and looks at you, Penelope, and goes, and why not?
The grass is sharp. And we can't travel during the day. And the shelter I have isn't big enough for everyone.
He seems confused at the situation. He goes, when we came here, a gate had opened from the city, and when we arrived, we were in this area.
How far from the city are we?
You mean
Red
from
Vine know that?
From the town? From the shifter town? Or was there a city here?
He said he entered a portal that dropped him into a town.
No, he from the town or from the village. A portal was opened from your village. A portal was opened, and they went
Directly to
through,
here.
which went through and landed where they're at.
Oh, so they came straight to this location.
They went straight there, and if you recall, when your mind was cleared, you remember seeing him leading the group of people through a portal.
Penelope's going to ask Granite, did he have a wand or something to cast
Okay, so
portals with?
I've got these 2 items. I got the whistle, and I've got the flute, which we know the flute was the method of which he was trying to charm. Can anybody identify these to see if they have a magical transporting means?
Penelope will take it.
Okay,
And
what are you taking?
the whistle.
Okay.
I'm half tempted to just blow it, but she's going to be responsible this time. See, is that a? Hang on. I know I have it. Let's see if it's a.
Do you have it as a ritual?
Yeah, I have to cast it. She'll pull out her book and start doing some scribbling and cast Identify on it.
Okay. Casting Identify on the whistle. You're going to uncover that this is it is a whistle of what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Plane shift?
Thank you, plane shift. Yes,
I was going to say
legitimately
portal,
what-
but I was like, I think it's a plane shift.
it is an item that is capable of casting plane shift once a day, or I'm sorry, not once a day, once a week,
Neat.
and it will take you to wherever you happen to have an item attuned to, if you have that attuned item. Otherwise, you cannot plane shift.
Well, being
So
that
anything
they
that we've
feel like
brought
they've been here
from
a
us-
month. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, being that they feel like they've been here a month, chances are it's available for use.
Well, that's not the problem. Is do we have an item attuned to that village? Is anyone carrying a thing? So is it so above the is this would she know like anything that is from that plane would work, or is it like a specific magical item tuned to that plane?
You need to roll an Arcana check.
This is where she does her magic. Duck. Oh, I threw it on the floor.
Reroll.
I'm using my ducky dice.
Nice.
36 to 3 now.
So it's 13 plus. You said what? Arcana?
Arcana.
17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna you recall your time in the tower and your studies that items associated with a location can be used as a beacon to return to, as long as they are powerful enough, as in if they have a strong whoops, hit my own microphone, as long as they have a strong enough hold or relation to that location.
Right. So like a part of a building or
Part of a building, something that if it was religious in that instance that came from that
So-
town, if it was from a person that lived in that village, you would be able to go to that person or that village, that place where they're at. That
so. Penelope will stand up and be like, does anyone have something specifically meaningful to where you're from, your town, your home?
everybody who's standing around just kind of looks back and forth. Most of them begin to mumble and look about, but it seems that a lot of them just came with the clothes on their back.
So
Just gonna look at
Granite,
Granite.
Granite has on his bracer a claw from a bear that his grandfather had killed in that region.
Okay.
And that would be about as closest thing as Granite would have, because he doesn't carry his religious symbol with him from his tribe. He has it. It's at the tavern. He doesn't carry it with him.
Then there's a chance.
So Penelope's gonna give you the whistle, and she's going to tell you, if I remember right, all you have to do is put the place in your mind where you want to go and think of that claw, and they should somehow. It's magic. It's a wizard thing. I'm not great at it.
It's a wizard thing.
Those shitty wizards.
Any shitty wizards?
Averdale's just going to quickly ask any of the shifters if the Verdant Prince kept anything of value in his abode.
Oh yeah, we should loot his house.
They look and some of them will indicate that there was food stores and gosh, what is the word? Boy, I can't even word properly today.
The internal thesaurus is failing.
It is. It really is. Just let me use my dumbed down words today. So food stocks and supplies and things of that nature could be generally found inside the house. As for earthly possessions, they never really seen him carry or haul around anything other than those 2 items that he had. You're more than welcome to look, but they don't believe that he had any particular item.
I want a few of them to go get the supplies
Okay.
and the odds and
Oh,
ends
yeah?
from the house that they would be able to use at the Ashbound
village, yeah.
Cemetery to help get them back in the mode of taking care of so many people.
Okay.
Anything that we could find useful that we could take back with us.
Right on. They go off and to loot the houses, and we'll see what. We'll say that foodstuffs that they all get, and that caught me off guard. Pardon me.
And the time that we'll do this, can we say this is a short rest?
Yeah. If you want to take a short rest, you can go ahead and take a short rest.
While they're also looting, Penelope has discovered that Crackers has been kapoofed.
Been turned into pudding.
She's a little less. She's sad, but she knows how to fix it. So while they're doing that, she's gonna do her summon familiar thingy again. And I pre-rolled this a long time ago. Actually, I think the day after we finished.
You did, and I remember
We
you
talked
talking to me about it.
It
was
I talked
hilarious.
to him about it.
So, do you want to explain it, or should I?
You go ahead. This is yours.
Okay. So she sets up on a table while everyone's out, and I don't know who's still in there, but does her magic thing, and then a big bowl lands on the table with a 2 large octopus laying in it. Now, Penelope has never seen an octopus, does not know what an octopus is, and is just staring at it. She's gonna look around to see if anyone else is in there. I don't know if anyone is.
You have a couple of other shifters that had from the village turn and look and just kind of give a confused stare as they don't know what just happened.
Do you know what this is?
They look at that and shake their heads. No.
Huh.
Would I know what this is?
Vessel? Oh no, not you, Vessel. Erwin, give me a nature check.
Okay.
Just gonna scoop it up out of the bowl.
Erwin walks
What?
over. A 7? Erwin walks over to it, looks at it, looks around, pokes at the bowl. Oh.
But
It tentacles kind of flop around in the bowl while it looks at you, Penelope.
I'm gonna scoop it up out of the bowl.
You're gonna pick it up out of the bowl?
Yeah.
Okay. It looks at
So
you.
like,
I'm not gonna lie. Abigail might freak out a little bit.
Crackers?
Wiggles its tentacles excitedly.
Just gonna. Why though?
It's just-
Do I have to carry this in the bowl now? I don't understand why.
It begins to just wrap around your arm. Cracker wraps around your arm, then just up your shoulder to the top
It's
of
so
your head.
sticky.
Yeah,
That's-
it's slimy.
Ah,
Cracker settles on your head. Now you have octopus legs just kind of flowing around the top of your head.
If she had a mirror, she'd think that was cool, but all she sees is tentacles around her. She's gonna look at Erwin. Is it
bladder
better than a
looks-
spider?
Huh?
No, no, it
So,
still
like-
has 8 legs.
But these are real legs. They can grab stuff.
I'm pretty sure spider legs can grab things. It's how they
No,
walk
they
on walls and so forth.
You don't know what this is
All
either.
technical.
I,
Still
I
creepy.
didn't say I knew what it was.
I bet. This, whatever it is, can climb up a wall too. It's got little suction cups and it sticks to stuff.
He just chunks it at the wall like wet spaghetti.
Crackers goes
No,
flying.
No, don't.
Cracker goes
no.
flying into a wall.
Don't throw my familiar.
Roll an attack. Matt, roll an
That's
attack.
you, not me.
Oh, you really?
Roll an attack.
Are
I
you
was-
throwing crackers?
You threw
I was
crackers.
joking.
You said it.
Oh Lord.
An attack. I rolled a 15. I don't know what I added.
It's an unarmed strike.
Unarmed.
Rude.
So that's unarmed. That's +7. So 22.
That hit Crackers AC? I think it does.
Yeah, I don't think it's AC is anything. I think it's 13.
I believe.
Oh my god.
So Crackers flies and hits the wall.
Is it time for new crackers again?
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Why do you guys do this?
I'm out helping my people gather stuff up.
You are. You're doing all the things right. Do you want me to roll the damage die?
You don't
Or
have
If it's
to.
one, it's dead.
I'm pretty sure it's just one.
roll the one?
I-
Here, I'll tell you what, Penelope, you can have a reaction to keep Crackers from hitting the wall if you want. I rolled the damage die of 1. And I'm not gonna add Matt's strength modifier to it.
Well, I'm trying to find the
So-
familiar.
Penelope can stop this if she wants to with a dexterity check.
Go for
Okay.
a better familiar.
DC is 7.
Out 8 legs.
'Cause that's
In the meantime,
the
while we're
plus attack.
destroying poor Penelope's familiar, if you took this opportunity for a short rest, any abilities you get, you need to retain.
Yeah, I mean, if you gain abilities back on a short rest, you can gain it back now. Use your hit die to regain hit points.
Speaking of which, Matt, during the battle, there was something that you did gave us temporary hit points. How long do those temporary hit points last?
Stand by. Is that Beacon of
Just-
Hope, I think?
Did you say dexterity save? It would have been 20.
No, I did not give you temporary hit points.
Something gave us temporary hit points.
My ability made it so that my healing was always maximum hit points.
Right.
I'll be right back.
Fair enough. I'll get rid of these.
Don't see anything that gives temporary hit points.
Because something had to have happened because I added it.
Didn't do that.
I didn't make a note of it on my paper. I'll have to go back and look at the video.
Okay.
Not a big deal.
Yeah, if you got temporary hit points, I don't think it was from me.
Okay.
Was it from you shifting? Anything like that?
It's that automatically takes place when I do that.
Okay. I don't see anything wrote down about casting.
If anything, at this
But,
point,
uh-huh.
if they're temporary hit
It
points,
would've-
they would
They'd
be
be
worn
gone.
off by now.
Would have worn off anyway, yeah.
Yeah, they only last like a minute
Battle.
at the most, usually.
Yeah. So let's not get too hung up over that.
I was just curiosity of what they were.
I'm back.
Did Penelope save Crackers?
I rolled 20.
Okay, you save him. You reach up and Crackers reaches out and Crackers slaps you in the face. But, you know, it's kind of one of those tentacle wrap around your head and
Why would you do that? I thought you were a nice guy.
That was being nice.
Sorry, I just wanted to see if it could climb the wall. You said it could.
You put it on the wall. You don't throw it at the wall.
Sorry.
She very clearly does not accept. Just walks away from you, puts them back in the bowl. How am I going to carry this thing?
On your disc.
She looks super excited, like, yeah.
The bowl on your little flying disc thingy.
She goes
Did she
outside and
choose
does
the
just
size
that.
of the disc?
No, it's the same size.
3 foot.
So it's always this
Yeah.
massive platform.
Well, it's just only 3 foot.
I thought it was a
Oh.
3 foot diameter.
That is 3 foot, yeah.
That's
Oh,
not
that
bad.
would that be? Wait, would that be 6 foot wide?
No,
How's
diameter
diameter?
is OD.
Oh, yeah.
If it's 3 foot radius, then it'd be 6 foot disc.
Yeah.
But no, it was a 3 foot diameter. So yeah, you've got a 3 foot diameter disc hovering above your head with a fishbowl.
Well,
with an
it's 20
octopus.
foot. It's. I mean, yeah. If you want to work, it's worded 20 foot behind, but that's
Yeah, it
that
can be
works
above
too.
your head.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
That's fine with me.
So, during this time of rest and recuperation and octopus handling, others return from the house built with stocks of food and materials that they found fit, and they turn and look at y'all and say, "This is what we could grab."
That's anything. Well, I was with them, so I would know.
Yeah.
Anything that they gather would be sufficient. Okay.
Wow, that's a hell of a roll.
That's So my purpose now is to get everybody home. Has anybody got anything else that they want to do while we're here?
I want to make sure, since we've taken care of the Verdant Prince, that we go ahead and get his crown. I guess it's on his head.
No, you're thinking of the crown. You're thinking of the fairy crown,
Oh, I thought. Okay, I misunderstood. Okay.
and you see the townspeople, kind of some of the old townspeople like to look at you when you mention the crown, and they're like, it's the crown. Oh no, crown. Then they're like approaching, like, what crown are you talking about?
The Fairy King crown.
Just as blunt as day. They turn and look at you, Penelope, and go, we don't try to go. We lost people, and they drop all pretenses. We've lost people. Some of the stronger shifter men, in attempting to gain the fairy crown that you speak of.
Was the Verdant Prince trying to steal it too?
Yes.
What's it do?
That we don't know. But they say it does have magical properties that does make a person or entity so charming they cannot be resisted.
Not as charming as me, surely.
He looks at you much more.
Rude.
Sounds really dangerous. And Granite has put that flute in his bag of holding. I know that thing's going to be dangerous.
He looks at you. He goes. The men that we had sent out at the behest of the Verdant Prince never came back. There's a chance that they still live. We don't know. We just lost them.
What do you think?
Who's you?
Talking to
I'm
the party.
talking to the group.
Oh,
Is this something that we need to look into to try to obtain? Or do we take the people home?
well, I think our priority is your people first. Yeah.
He looks at y'all and he goes, if you have something that you need to do, we will be okay here. We can hole up in the common house and stay. Nothing seems to attack us in the evenings or day in this area. We've never been under attack. We've just been enslaved.
Just not interested in a fool's errand.
But if there's a chance that, some more of your villagers are still alive,
I am concerned about mind rapists.
I'm sorry.
You know, charming people, wizards do it. It's a little suspect. Mind rapists.
Okay.
Sounds like a
Again.
thing. It sounds like a thing they do here. Just seems cool with these people. I don't know what you have in your head, but I have a regular brain. It's susceptible to sort of things.
Honestly, I don't know what I have in my head either.
We could look.
I don't think we can.
We can.
That's not.
I bet there's a saw here. She's not saying that mean. She's just saying that in a stupid kid way.
Golly.
I'm sorry. That's probably rude.
I don't know. Not any more rude than throwing an octopus against the wall.
It's true. That was really rude. He was newborn and you tossed him like a bag of trash.
The elder of the group turns and looks at Charlie and goes, "So is there something that you do need to do here?"
If there's a chance that the others are alive, Granite's going to want to try to rescue them.
He puts his hand on your shoulder and he goes, "We will be fine. We've survived this long in this hell. Go and see if the people are there."
You said it's evening, right?
Yep. You can sleep. Definitely sleep if you want to. Get a full rest.
I don't think we should go out at night.
Two things real quick. One, we're supposed to travel at night, not during the day, correct?
That's
Right.
only in
Is that what
the.
the letter
grass.
said?
That's just in
Only
the
the grass?
plains. Yeah.
In the
Okay.
plains,
We're
correct.
on we're on the edge of the plains right now.
And then secondly, does the elder can he tell us a direction that the people went towards and never came from?
Yeah, Erwin, if you ask that question, he can say, he goes, yes, he said there is an alternate way to the fairy village that you speak of. We did not send our men during the evening hours at night through the grass or through the plains, as it was the plains are that much of deadliness.
We are all too aware.
Yes.
So we had traveled through the forest to the west and then turned south to get to the fairy town.
then that's the direction we'll take in the morning.
And we'll spend the evening camping if everybody's okay with that. Anything that they want to do specifically.
Okay. Anything that needs to be done before you set off in the morning, or attain your long rest and set off in the morning, towards the fairy village.
I'm gonna make my rounds through all the people. Try to find out who was lost on the battlefield. Hold a pyre for them, and just get to talking to my people again that I've not been around in years.
And you do, and they you find out some of them have been people. Some of the people that had died or had gone missing. Some that you had not known super well.
Right.
The people that you had known the most would be Red Pine and his family, as that was someone you had grown up in and around, being at the same age. Reconnecting, everybody seems to be utterly surprised at how much older you look now versus what they, at the time. And you seem somewhat taken aback by how they have not aged at all, hardly, from your mind that you remember back 8 years ago.
Right.
Anybody else want to do anything?
When it's dark, Penelope is going to go to where the grass is.
Mhm.
And just by herself, just cast light on a stick
Okay.
and hold it toward the grass.
Off into the distance, you see the grass laid down.
Just going to stand there for a really long time.
Anybody else?
No, not me.
Okay. Then doing what you do and taking a long evening rest, you all regain your hit points fully, regain any spent hit dice, regain all spell slots, and in the morning, you see the townsfolk are basically beefing up some of the shelter that they've been staying in just a little bit more. They know they're going to be there maybe a couple more days, it seems. And they don't seem to be too terribly concerned about that, but everything will be okay in the end. And I need to make a note that is... Come here. There it is.
Side note,
Uh-huh.
upon starting the fires, I burned the prince.
Okay. Crap, crackle, crap. Toasted
Make sure he doesn't come back.
vegetable,
Smells like burnt
That was-
asparagus.
pretty much.
It was Granite's main concern was that thing coming back and doing again what it had already done once.
Oh, you taking care of that. Okay.
So holding it by the throat was his way of controlling the situation.
Then you stay where you're at. In reality's sake, you actually tip a little less away from evil now. You tipped pretty hard early on. Let me put it like that. Not completely, but pretty hard. You tip a little away from evil. You feel the lightness of Sylvanas once again. Okay, so are y'all ready to set out through the wood?
Everybody's got everything done that they want to do.
Any morning
That morning, I guess
preparations?
we would-
Oh, I know. How about this for some morning preparations? Everyone,
Roll for poop.
welcome to level 6.
Ooh.
Oh!
Crap, hang on. Let's take some mental
Oh, we're
matter.
gonna do it now?
It's been 84 years.
Oh no.
Welcome
I
to
was
level
just-
6 for completing the backstory of Granite.
I gotta figure out what to do.
I don't think I
I-
get anything for ascending the. Yeah.
You can eyeball what things that you want to take while we continue to play. Don't worry. I don't think you will be in a situation. Well, you could be put in a situation where you need it, depending on how terrible you are.
Actually, I get a really good ability. Well,
Oh,
not ability, but kind of like a passive thing.
Oh no!
So like
Dirty
anybody from now on, anybody standing within 10 feet of me that anybody who has to make a saving throw, you get a bonus to that saving throw equal to my charisma.
Oh man!
nice.
That's cool.
Oh, that is that. Oh, that's that paladin. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, aura of protection.
Yes, aura protection.
It's really handy.
Oh my gosh. Who had that, or where did we come across that? I know it came across in one of the games that we played. I think it was a one-off.
Probably a one-off.
I'm pretty sure it was a one-off.
Probably one of our B-side one-shots.
Yeah. Oh,
Which, guys,
man.
if you haven't listened to those, there's lots of great content that we haven't, we're not playing currently. But you go check out those B-side campaigns. That's good shit right there.
When we start it back up, it's going to be
Weird.
interesting.
Eventually, when I get the opportunity, that will be wonderful.
So you're saying we don't have to use our improvements now? We can wait and read them later.
You can hold off if you want to. I'm not gonna put your feet to the fire and say, pick right
There's
this
a lot
moment.
to read.
Oh,
if
but
you
what if
wanna-
it's beneficial to our travel, you
That-
jackass?
That's the point.
I don't
Well,
know.
thankfully, the only thing I seem to have gained is that aura of protection, which, by the way, grants everybody a +4 bonus to all your saving throws.
Oh my god, that is way too
Yeah, it's-
powerful.
That's
Oh,
so
it does
good.
have-
Paladins are fucking like top tier.
Not only are you the snipered in, now you're the saved in. You're welcome.
Could have done this beforehand.
No,
You know, I'm a researcher.
I know. This is why I'm an asshole.
I get another 3rd level spell.
Ooh.
I get another feat and I can't figure out which one to use. No, I don't like
You just have to think about it.
that.
If you don't pick, I will say this: if you don't pick it now, you ain't gonna get it when you're in the middle of.
I know that. I mean, I'm the one who forgot to pick them for what, 2 different levels. I had to do it all. at once?
That's
You
my
can-
fault for not
you-
helping you with your character.
The only time that I'll allow you to pick them is if your party is down and resting.
There's like 50 of them to choose from,
Uh-huh.
and I had it wrote out somewhere.
Told you I was gonna put y'all through hell today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll just have to keep reading them.
Man, Miles Gaskin is such a disappointment. So is Russell Gage. 43-3, by the way.
They watched this show. You just insulted them. Why don't you apologize? And
Miles Gaskin? Yeah, I'm sure Miles Gaskin watches us.
If they comment, he'll rescind.
That's why
his-
he's so disappointing right now during the game. is he's too
Yeah.
busy
It's
watching
just
our stream.
distracting.
While he's out there
He's like,
prepping
oh
for...
shit, they just hit level 6. What?
Actually, technically, Miles Gaskin played on Thursday night, so I guess it's technically it could be possible. You know, surprised the Dolphins actually won.
that's not what we're here for.
Well, I'm waiting for y'all to do what you need to do, or let me move
We're-
the game on. I'm waiting.
We ate breakfast and we're traveling in the morning.
Are y'all fixing to head out now?
Just go. I'll.
All right, lock it down. You can wait. So you all set out with the directions that were given at hand. You make your way towards the woods to the west. Now, what we weren't told about is that the woods during the daytime are a wonderful shimmering color of rainbow. You see reds, greens, blues, violets, yellows. It is almost as if a rainbow exploded all over the trees.
Okay.
As you walk towards the woods. In this instance, I need somebody to take the lead, to follow the directions that they were given to the fairy town.
Yes.
And we're going to do 3 separate rolls. No, I'm sorry, 2 separate rolls. No. I'm getting myself confused. That wouldn't be the case. That would be one roll. I need a navigation or a survival roll from somebody who's going to take the lead and take you through and lead you to the fairy town.
Anybody got a roll?
Who wants to be the survivalist?
I can do it. I just want to see if somebody else wants to do it.
If you're going to lead.
I
Don't look at
will
me.
lead.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, Granny is going to take the lead and read the directions and get you to the.
I'm dragging you people around this. I might as well take responsibility for the roll.
The
Come on,
DC
baby.
is 12.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I rolled 19 plus my survival is 23.
All right. Well,
Yay.
you made it. And in what was expected about a day's travel or so. So it was another full day and night travel. You make it to the outside edges of the fairy town. Nothing in the forest seemed to have bothered you. There wasn't anything of any danger at this point in time. And from your perspective, from the point that you're at, you see very small, tiny lights at the base of an incredibly large tree. You are probably 60 foot away at this point.
Can we discern what kind of light? Is it abnormal light, firelight?
Roll an investigation check. Whoever wants to investigate.
14 plus 6 is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Looks like firelight. Could be magical firelight.
Nat 1.
Nice.
Abigail, you are too distracted by the rainbow trees.
Cool.
ADOS.
You're like, oh my god, look at the rainbow trees.
I've noticed that's a thing with me. It's either Nat 1s or Nat 20s.
Cowboys, pick the ball off.
All right. So the dirty 20 was to see if we could tell what kind of light it was. You said we're about how far away?
60 foot.
Do we see any kind of small structures around the base of the tree, or is it just light?
At 60 foot, kind of looks like a little rubble. You can't really tell. There seems to be some masses on the ground, but you're not certain what it could be. Could be a rock. Could be a house.
All right.
You said it's evening time now?
No, it would be morning that you're approaching, but you're in a forest, so it's dark.
No, I was just curious, yeah.
So you see township firelight.
And there's no way to see what it is other than getting closer. So
Unless you got some magical eyeballs that can zoom in.
I have dark vision. Does that help?
Nope.
Or
Well,
I don't have anything that would
it's
specifically
not going to
say.
investigate itself, so.
Penelope's like, pulls crackers out of the bowl. We'll send crackers. Sits them down on the ground.
Crackers turns, looks at Penelope, expectantly waiting for commands.
Go see what that is.
And the octopus begins to crawl itself across the ground, hitting twigs and leaves and all other sorts of things and making noise and rustling noises all the way to the outer edge of the city.
Averdale shivers at the sight.
Penelope's gonna be like, are you scared of whatever this is? Are you scared of crackers?
Abigail's just kind of like has both of her hands on her sword, like just kind of pointing it at Crackers.
All right,
Much
Granite
more
has
visceral.
no idea what that is. This is the first time he's seen it do anything.
Since you're- who has passive perception above 14? Okay, Vessel, you hear ever so quietly coming from the direction of the town, and you see
I
little
think
lights.
Crackers has been noticed.
And you see little lights begin to
Uh,
flicker about at the edge of
Yes.
town.
You're gonna see Penelope's vision fog over, and I'm now looking through Crackers.
Penelope, what you see is looking through Crackers, little tiny fairy people screaming in horror as this slimy creature begins to rock, and tiny little bows and arrows are being shot at Crackers, and they're sticking into Crackers, but they're not really doing any damage. It's just like
She's gonna.
and you hear
You hear Penelope say, "No, no, no! I'm a friend," and you see Crackers waving tentacles at the people.
you see tentacles begin waving, and you hear oh, of course they freak out even more, and you see run, and then you see other fairies begin to come out, and one of them begins to looks like is casting a spell.
Oh, good. This is gonna go well.
Counterspell.
I tell you what, I need a wisdom saving throw for Crackers.
All right. He failed, but I'm not even gonna look at what his thing is. I rolled a 3 plus whatever it is.
Crackers stops, and you are ejected from Crackers' view.
Oh. I think they're scared of Crackers.
I can only imagine why.
The village must be filled with Dragonborn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Penelope's like, they're so tiny. They're little tiny people. Little tiny. I don't know what they are. Would I know what they are?
You would surmise that these are probably fairy folk.
Oh, yeah. They're little fairies. And they're angry.
All right. So we need
I'm
to
gonna-
get
I'm gonna-
Crackers away from there,
What are you gonna do?
and then
I'm going to start walking towards,
You're gonna walk towards?
yeah, I'm going to be like,
Nope.
hey,
I'm gonna
we're
grab,
friends.
I'm gonna grab Penelope.
Okay.
I'm gonna
reach
Penelope,
over.
you shout, "Hey, we're friends!" And then all of a sudden, Vessel picks you up, and you start getting taller.
she's going to try to kick the robot man. Kick Vessel.
Okay. Give me opposed Vessel strength.
I failed.
Okay.
I rolled less than whatever your strength is.
You are not getting away from Vessel.
Put me down.
I don't think you should be running in there right now.
I will end you.
I'll accept it.
Well, maybe perhaps we should all go at the same time then. I
let's
mean,
see if we can
nothing's gonna happen with us just standing here.
soothe over what's going on. So we need to
Right.
move towards the town to try to see if we can alleviate the stress of Crackers attacking the town.
How close is Crackers?
Can we still see Crackers?
Crackers has gone into the town
Oh,
at this point, and you don't really know what Crackers is doing. You've lost a connection to Crackers.
huh. I think he's dead.
Crap.
I think they killed Crackers.
Or no longer
Alright.
familiar?
I put Penelope down.
Okay, I guess we're
You may or
We're
not
going
notice
to-
that she was about to hit you at level 3.
all right.
Were you
So
casting?
we're moving towards.
No, but I was thinking about it.
Okay. I was gonna say, if you're casting,
It's not.
all right. So what are y'all doing?
moving towards the town.
Okay. You make your way closer to the town. Penelope, as you get closer, you can see Crackers has taken up a defensive posture for the town
Against us?
against Shaw.
And you said it's like a smaller town. It's like a miniature.
Oh yeah, it's a tiny town.
So I
Crackers
want
is
to kneel down.
Crackers is so much larger than the buildings. These fairies are like 4 inches tall, maybe.
A literal
Kraken.
land kraken.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you, again, as y'all approach, you hear more. You now, all of you can hear, and then all the fairies begin coming out again. Like,
Wow. I thought it was
gonna,
small because it was in the distance.
I'm sorry, Daniel's a little. Oh, no, not again. Just crack me up.
And, you see them all tiny fairies with little tiny bows drawn at the ready, waiting for you to get in range. with their tiny
yeah.
bows.
Okay, how about this? Abigail's gonna try and calm them down, calmly, very gently.
With
I'm just talking to them.
speaking.
saying,
Okay. What do you say?
We mean you no harm. We come in peace. I apologize for the thing over there. I don't blame you for being afraid of it. I am too.
Your beast is ours now. You will not defeat us. We are the mighty fairy folk of the wood.
We didn't come to defeat you.
Lies.
We came to befriend. We came to befriend.
Lies. You, and he points at you, Granite. You are one of them. One of the people of the plains. We know you. You come here to attack.
I come to apologize on behalf of what my people have done.
Lies. And they're all freaking out and pointing their tiny bows at you.
I mean, if I drop my hammer in the middle of town, I'm going to kill most of them, right?
More than likely.
Yeah, don't
so
do
I'm
that.
not interested in having an alignment shift.
Hey, Daniel,
Yeah.
how big is the village?
If you look, it spans probably, I would have to say, the area that you're looking at right here, because it's next to a very large tree. The tree itself is probably about 3 foot in diameter, and then the town's kind of wraps around the base of the tree and then comes outwards. So it's like a 6 foot radius from the edge of the tree outward,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
that you see
I-
right now. Let's put it like
Okay.
that. If you want to see
I'm-
more,
I'm gonna cast Calm Emotion centered on the tree.
perfect.
That is a 20-foot radius, so 40-foot diameter sphere.
That is a wisdom saving throw, correct?
Yeah, a charisma saving throw of
Charisma.
15.
Oh, charisma, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it'll affect all creatures.
I feel so wonderful.
Okay.
I guess I need to roll.
It doesn't control them; it just makes them calm down. That's all it does.
You see, as you cast the spell, what was the save?
15.
15.
It does not seem to calm the little fairies.
Hmm. Disappointing.
They all turn to look at you and they're like, "Magics! He has magics! Watch out! Bring our mages!" And
Is there?
and,
Is there?
and some of the older fairies in cloaks come out, and you see them. They have little staffs. They're walking and they're pointing their staff up at you, Vessel. And he says, "We will get him." Make a wisdom saving throw.
I was just like, oh, they're so cute.
Wisdom save. Okay. Actually, not that D20. This one. That is a 25.
Oh yeah, you save.
let me just, I guess, real quick, let me divine sense.
Okay. You do
Is
not.
there no way we're going to be able to communicate with them?
There's no evil presence. No undead. No celestial. And no
Guess
What's-
fiends?
fiends. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It all seems normal.
All right.
And
well,
you see the little wizard fairies after casting it at you, Vessel, and nothing takes place. They go, "Bring the tall ones," and then the ones behind wave their staff, and 3 shifters emerge from back behind the tree.
Now we're getting somewhere.
all right.
And they look at you, Granite, and of a mixed bag of emotions. One, they look at you and say, "Leave this place." And they look determined, but also like, "I recognize this person, but still, leave this place."
Come to take you home.
You hear the fairy folk, they're coming to take him back. They're going to steal from us. There.
Technically,
Is-
you stole
is-
them.
They attacked
there-
first.
Is there any way to prove our good intentions to you?
Throw down your
What?
arms. Surrender.
They're attached to me.
You see one of the wizard sages like, "Shut up, shut up. Your weapons, put your weapons on the ground.
I'm not surrendering.
Put your hands in the air. Surrender, and we will talk."
I drop my mace to the floor.
Boom. You see them all kind of shake from just the vibration on the ground. Like, "Good, that one is surrendered. Yay! We're strong."
I take Cracker's bowl of water and I ceremoniously sit it on the ground like it's a great and powerful weapon.
Kind of look and stare around it. It's like it's the home of the beast. Maybe.
He has to be in this. He can't live long without the water.
That we know of.
Roll a persuasion check at disadvantage right now.
Oh. Well, that's gonna fail. Oh, hey, it's worse.
Well, worse than a fail.
You said persuasion?
Yeah.
13.
You see a few of them are like, what if it is a water creature? It doesn't move like any type of land animal we've ever seen, but it attacked the village. But it's ours now. But what if it dies? Then we won't have it. If it's in the water, it could survive. They seem to be
It was
arguing
cool.
amongst themselves about what to do with Crackers.
He's new. He's new. He just came with the bowl. I assume it's important.
They're conflicted.
I guess while they're doing that, Everdale kind of gently, like, sticks her sword in the ground and like puts it down, and then holds up her hands. I promise you, we mean you no harm.
They look at that. This one surrendered as well. We are powerful.
I've never wanted to kill a bunch of little bitches before.
They look at you, Granted. They're pointing their little bows at you. Your party members have surrendered.
I'm already kneeling down in a defenseless position, so I'm not
Oh, okay.
showing any kind of a threat.
You
I
surrendered.
kneeled down to talk to them, and it got nothing. So
Well, I didn't know you kneeled down. Last time you were there, you're like,
I
I can
walked
drop my
up.
hammer in the town and kill them all.
I mean, I could, but I kneeled down to talk to them, and
Okay.
that was as far as it went.
Okay. So y'all are all taking a non-offensive posture now. All right.
Yeah,
Penelope?
that, yeah, absolutely. Well,
Okay. For the most part, they all the fairies seem to celebrate that their victory. They have stopped the incursion, and they call upon the leadership to determine what to do with you. And you see an elder fairy with a crown on its head come flying out. More so about head height range for y'all. And he addresses y'all. He goes, "Those who have surrendered, I am the elder of the village. I welcome your surrender. What have you to say?"
Well, I've understood that some of my people have come towards your town, and I have come to take them back home to where they belong.
Returning to the plane?
Returning to our own realm.
Realm? What do you mean, realm?
We are not from this realm.
You are not from or of the Fae? Your people are of the Fae.
No. They were brought here by a verdant prince against their will.
And he points at you and he goes, "I know the one you speak. He is the one who has been after me. But your people are of the Fae."
We burned his body. The verdant prince is dead, and have burned his body.
Oh. Do you have proof?
Of his burned body?
Yeah.
We have his flute and whistle that he kept.
Oh.
I am in possession of his items.
You hear tiny voices making gasp noises from the ground.
I thought you were just breathing hard.
No. Sorry, I didn't make my gasping noises veritable for you. They are all surprised. He goes, "Okay, that is sufficient then. So you are not here to wage war then."
We have no,
No,
means
no,
of
we're not
having
here.
battles with your fierce people.
Good. You said you come to claim these. He points at the three behind him.
I did.
They have broken the law of the fairy people. They
Sure,
have
it was not
attacked
of
us.
their own will. Again, being under the control of a verdant prince, which you seem to be familiar with, you would be well aware that they were not of their own actions.
Perhaps, but still. Whether they may have their mind controlled or not, they are still the ones who did the deed. We must have some sort of reparations for this.
What is it that you seek?
They lean back. He goes, "What was your purpose? You only came here for them?"
Is he asking Granite or is he asking everybody?
He's asking you, Granite. He goes, "What would you only come to collect them?"
Granite is only interested in his people. Now, that doesn't mean everybody else is here on their own volition, but I'm here for my people.
He looks at the rest of you. You all come for his people and his people alone?
Yes.
Yeah, Abigail nods.
Erwin nods.
Yeah.
Penelope? Penelope doesn't want that shiny crown or money.
No, Penelope doesn't want the money.
Okay.
I mean, the money is nice, but that's not why she came.
All right. Says then, well, a trade, perhaps.
What is it of ours that we could have that you would want?
We use these three as defense against those who attack us, even though we are mighty. We're mighty. Love it. The elder continues. He goes, I realize we are small. And those who are much larger have an advantage of us. That's why we use our magical capabilities as best we can. Except it didn't work on that one. He points at you, Vessel. To subdue folk.
He's not a real boy.
That may be the reason why. We need some sort of protection. We need a chief of the fairy village. I am an elder. I am not the leader. I speak for the group of elders, but we have not had a chief in many, many millennia. Supply us a chief. One who we can call upon to defend the fairy folk. And I will return your people.
How about crackers?
The thought is appreciated, but we need someone larger. When it comes to the chief, there are certain requirements that must be met.
What would those requirements be? Because that's going to change a lot of things I was fixing to come up with.
1, you must be able to defend the village. He points at you, Granite, and he goes, you have the verdant prince's death upon your hands. You could be possible. The second, approval from the village elder. Me. Third, willingness to pledge loyalty to the fairy folk. And the fourth, be of the Fae.
Question.
Answer.
Are there any large beast type animals around this forest?
Yes,
Around the
many.
Okay. I would. So I'll talk to the elder and I'll tell him, what if I was able to get one of the creatures of the Fae to be a protector of your city?
He turns and he looks at you. He goes, I'll be blunt. I want you.
That's not going to happen.
He says, you meet the requirements.
I'm going to return home with my people.
That's fine. You are only to be called upon to defend the fairy village when you are needed.
I have freedom of my own mind.
Freedom of your own mind.
I have been controlled before, and it will not end well for those that try again.
No control. No control. Only the mark.
Then I take their place.
So it is done. All three of them break from their mind control. Blink, look. Mountain Dew! And they run to your side.
Sorry, it's such a dumb name.
Yeah.
3 years
enjoyed
ago when we were doing this, it was gold.
it was hilarious.
I mean, it's very funny.
Oh, it's
like, don't get me
See,
wrong.
this is hilarious for me because I knew this was coming the entire time, and I've just been waiting and waiting and waiting for Curtis's backstory to just unleash it upon everybody. This
I
is
enjoy
fun
it
for
very
me.
much.
The elder flies up. He removes the crown, and he begins to hand it over to you.
Okay.
He said, "This is the crown of the chief. You may wear it, you may not, but it is the chief's crown."
Is it big enough to fit on one of his fingers like a ring, or is it tiny, tiny,
When you
tiny?
take it, the crown expands and grows rather large to the size of your head.
I don't put it on. I hold it.
Okay. But it is of that size. For you to wear, he goes, if you do determine what you want to wear, this is the chief's crown. And then he goes, he looks at you and goes, Shifter, give me your arm.
I put my hand out.
He flies up, lands on your hand, goes to the edge of the underside of your arm, and he begins to cast a spell. And when he's finished, he jabs his staff into your arm, and you see a black eruption come from the bottom of the staff, and it comes out, and then it goes a short way and stops. And he looks at you, and he says, "Do you pledge loyalty to the fairy folk?"
I do.
He said, "Then let this be known. This is the cursed mark of death. It is also the cursed mark of summoning. If you were to ever to inflict death upon the fairy folk, you will die." He says, "However, this is the beacon in which we will summon you." He said, "Upon our need, it will glow, and you will be transported here to the fairy town, in which you will defend us from our enemies. This can only be done in a time of great need." And he points at the octopus, and he goes, "That's not a time of great need." He points at your party, and he goes, "Y'all would be an instance of time of great need." Just to make things clear. Said, "Lastly, do you agree?
I agree.
Then let it be done." And then shooting up your arm is a large black tattoo. And it becomes giant fairy wings on your forearm, on the underside of your forearm. And now you have the curse of the fairies. Basically, what this does is if you ever injure or kill a fairy creature, your character will die.
I kill a fey creature?
Fairy
Fairy.
creature.
Okay.
Peachy.
Creature.
I don't plan on spending a lot of time around them, so
This is
that's fine.
how they ensure that you can only help them and not hurt them. And second, it turns it into a plane shift spell that summons you directly to the fairy town,
Right.
which they can activate in their time of need. And of course, they've explained to you what their time of need is.
As a show of good faith, I'll pick up crackers and put it in a bowl.
Crackers goes floop, and its little tentacle arms are now all inside the bowl, but the little tips are outside going flip, 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 flip.
And then I'll talk to the elder and I'll let him know that as part of my defending the towns, I will speak with the animals of the forest to have them help defend the fairy town. So I want to find one of the creatures of the forest and speak with animal.
Okay. Let's see what type of creature you're going to find. Give me we're going to say a D20 roll.
Okay.
And anything above a 10 is going to be a rather strong creature. And anything below a 10 is going to be a weak creature.
Like a chipmunk.
Now, you can add, if you need something to give you boosts or bonuses, I'll allow it as long as there's a good reason why you believe that you deserve the bonus. Like somebody wants to help you, somebody has something they can find a creature of that nature.
Penelope gives you inspiration.
Penelope can give you inspiration to add to the roll.
Is that a D6?
That's a D6.
Then I'll take
Gonna
that.
find you a bear, maybe.
I'll
Could find a
cast-
fey bear. Find the
I'll-
fey bear in the fey woods.
Penelope sings without playing her instrument.
I will also cast Bless on him.
And you are blessed from Vessel.
So you get a
And
1d4 added to it.
So you get to add a
every few rolls.
D6 and a D4 to your D20 roll.
Okay. Then I shall do so.
That's a sorcery point.
I want them all to be max rolls, like a 20, a 6, and a 4.
I roll 3 ones.
30.
I'm walking away.
That'd be hilarious.
Woo! Okay, well, the D20 was an 8.
Wow.
Inspiration makes it +5, which is 13. And Bless is another D4, which is 17.
Nice.
Wow.
Good job, peoples.
Look at that. Your party coming
So
through
many
to help
characters.
you out.
Yay.
Good job, peoples.
Okay. With the help of Penelope and Vessel, you come across a fey crocodile.
Nice.
Massive, monstrous beast. And it begins to lunge and towards you.
Penelope's in the background. Holy crap, that's not a bear.
That has a toothy maw.
What do you say to the crocodile?
And as
Don't
it's
eat
coming
me.
towards me in its viciousness, I shall cast Speak with Animals on it.
Uh-huh.
Beast. Be able to persuade the beast to perform a small favor for you.
Can I give him another bless or inspiration as I continue to sing about that not being a bear? And maybe it'll still be friends.
If you want to burn another inspiration, I'll allow it.
This is the most inspirations I've used since rolling this character.
That's an
Go ahead.
amazing use of them.
Maybe it will be our friend. You can get the crocodile thing to help us.
And okay, strangely, I'm inspired. I want to take the opportunity to talk to the creature about not only defending its particular area being home right here, but protecting the Fey town or the fairy town.
You see the fey crocodile confused for a moment as it doesn't understand how words are now entering its head, especially from what it would look like it was fixing to be lunch, because this thing is so much larger than you are. But it stops and listens to what you have to say. Give me a persuasion roll, and add Penelope's inspiration.
Hell yeah.
Technically, Bless also lasts for a minute, so
Yeah, he still would have bless.
But did it take a minute for him to find a crocodile?
Oh,
Oh.
true.
Oh,
True.
okay.
Did it?
Okay.
Bless would have wore off by that time.
Okay.
That would be your discretion there, DM.
He had to come from the river.
Holy
I
shit.
really
that
hope
was
it doesn't
17.
eat you.
Nom, 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 nom.
I don't wanna
17
have
plus
to kill these
persuasion.
people.
19 plus 4 more is another 23.
Okay. It stops and listens to what you have to say. It agrees to help. Depending upon that you assist it in defense of its territory when you're here, as you
Right.
explain the situation. And it seems to know of the fairy folk. It does not have any issues with the fairy people, as they are not very filling to eat.
And I'll explain to the elder that in the nearby water source there was a fairy. Do they have a specific name?
It's a
Specific
fey
name for this thing?
crocodile. Oh, you
Fey
asking if
crocodile.
the fey crocodile has a name?
Does it have a specific? Not like Roy. I just want to know if it.
Its name is Roy G. Biv.
No, I just want to know if they called it something different. Otherwise, I would explain that there is a water creature that is
Fey
adjacent
crocodile.
to them that would help defend. And if he's not able to take care of it, then they can call me.
They look at you and say, we will be summoning you. But we understand that the crocodile is there for additional assistance.
So that'll help alleviate some of that stress. I'll bid the elder well, and I'll take our people and vacate the area.
Sure, after discussion and talks, a couple hours, finalize everything. You all set out and make your way back to the town. And it's another day's worth of travel. So, once again, you're all. None of you took damage to begin with, but you regain all your spell slots that if you have spent anything.
Penelope is gonna look at Granite and be like, "Is that the crown we were supposed to be looking for?"
I have a very strong suspicion that it is.
I don't know. I feel like everyone's got crowns here. Everyone's high and mighty. We're all freaking fake creatures.
I don't like this realm.
It's pretty.
It's deadly.
Like a poison bug.
You gather, Penelope, that the
Yeah.
crown is probably somewhat magical, considering it changed in size.
Oh yeah,
You would
yeah,
understand that.
Yeah. At some point she'd be like, "Can I do the thing? Can I see what it is?"
Can I identify it?
Yeah,
I'll let her identify it. Absolutely.
Alright.
Can
I do the
thing?
identify.
Identify it. You do the identification. After ritual casting identification on it, it is indeed the fairy crown. It gives its wearer +10 to charisma.
Wow.
But you feel there's something else there, but you don't quite understand it.
That's the thing I'd be afraid of. Otherwise, I'd be like,
Mhm.
fucking give it to Avergale. She'll wear the crown. You guys get extra protection in your wisdom saving or your saving throws.
Right?
Yeah, +10 is huge.
That's crazy.
But at what cost?
Again,
There's always a cost.
you feel
Yeah.
like there's something that the crown potentially is hiding from you. Let me put it like that. That all you've gotten information, but it seems like there's something else that possibly is there, but is being obfuscated.
Yeah. Penelope will relay that, and it's more, maybe? I don't know. Wizard spells. Sometimes things are more than meets the eye. I don't know. But it makes you so charismatic. Like, we would have had no problem with those guys.
They mean well.
If you don't want it, I'll hold on to it for you, though.
Penelope, you hear in your head,
She does her best not to what's the word? Let on.
As it's in our possession and we can be compensated for retrieving it. Maybe leaving it in the hands of those that are more prepared to deal with it should be.
How much were they going to pay us? I forgot. I don't have my notes because I broke my
3,000
phone.
gold.
We were going to get
3,000 gold.
3,000
Is
gold for
a
that.
lot of gold. Ooh, Steph
But
Diggs. You beast.
If like we can get gold anywhere, and like, do you want someone we don't know having this much power?
Nobody should have that much power. But we need
And
to
we shouldn't give it to
those that
some
would be-
some
you
tree
give it to
tree
those that
weirdos.
I don't know if I should be offended being of the forest.
Okay.
I'm not.
You'll have this you have this conversation as you walk into the settlement, and as you return to the settlement, nothing has seemed to have changed. Everything seems to be fine. They're all there waiting, and they see you approach. Araz in celebrations, as some members that had once been lost have now had been found and brought back. Not intending to make a song.
Is there a thing? What's the word? Integrity. Like, is there an integrity role?
Or
I really kind of want Penelope to put it on.
Oh,
no, that is of your will at the moment. Do you still have it, or did you give it back to Granite?
I didn't give it back unless he took it.
Granite, did you take it back?
I wouldn't have just blatantly took it from her, but if she was done identifying it, I would have put it in the bag of holding to protect it.
Okay, what would you have done after you were done identifying it and explain that information? What would Penelope have done at that point?
Well, I told myself if I rolled below a 10, I would have put it on after he said he wanted to give it to them, and I rolled a 3. So she would have put it on.
Penelope would have put the crown on. Okay.
Not so much as like I'm going to do it. In her mind, she just wants to try it on just to see.
Okay, well,
You know,
Here we
she's
go.
13, has no escape of consequences.
Granite,
So-
you tell Penelope, like, oh, once you're done, I want to put this back in. I'm gonna put this in the bag of holding, okay? And Penelope, after you get done casting Identify, we're gonna have to hold off on the walking into the settlement portion. This is
I'm sorry.
after you look at it, you put it on your head, and then it goes sucks tight to your head.
Ow.
And then you begin to suddenly gain different features to your body.
Oh, shit.
Your ears begin to grow long and pointed. You begin to flush red in the face, very bright red, rosy red cheeks. You glitter across your face.
Like a vampire.
Your dragon scales gone. From your back, wings begin emerging. Large fairy wings.
Uh-oh.
And then, from your already short stature,
Uh-oh.
you shrink down in size. You gain plus 10 charisma. But you are now a fairy,
Abigail,
of which your health points are now 1.
Ouch.
Is the crown removable?
Yeah, Penelope, as this is happening, is trying to take it off.
Sorry. My dental appointment for in putting a crown on Wednesday is
Everybody's getting crowns.
they are
Yeah.
yeah, so mine's on my teeth. I didn't put one on the head and turn into a
Hey.
fairy like Penelope here. But you're very much a fey fairy now, with very very low HP, and you don't know if you get this crown off.
She is trying.
It's not coming off your head.
Uh,
For fuck absolute sake.
So
I get away from her because if she dies on my behalf, I'm dead too.
No, you just can't be the one to kill her. Yeah.
That's yeah. You can't kill her.
I understand that. I don't want her running into me and then fall into the ground.
I have no spells that will get me out of this.
I have one that might. I did. Wait, hold on. Here's a question, Daniel. Does an attuned item that casts a spell require the materials that the spell would normally require?
No, because the item you have is the focus for that, so you don't have to have the materials.
Okay, I'm going to. This is gonna go over great because I have to like gently reach over and like grab Penelope.
can she not fly
But-
into your hand?
Yeah, you can fly over to my hand. But I would cast Greater Restoration on the crown to try to remove the curse. It says I can
Ooh,
remove
okay.
one curse from an attuned item.
Oh.
Wow, I did not know Greater Restoration did that. That's dope.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Greater
Now we're gonna
Restoration
have
is
ourselves
great.
a roll here. Penelope,
Yes.
are you gonna fly over to Vessel, or are you gonna fly away? You're a fairy now. You have all the charismatic capabilities in the world, and you kind of like it.
Well, I don't know what he's doing, and he's a friend, so a friend reaching out is a friend. Unless
Okay.
I have some reason to be afraid of him.
You have no reason to be afraid of him. Does Vessel explain what he's gonna do?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Because I saw her like trying to take the crown off, unable to take it off. So I'd be like, I might be able to remove the crown for you.
Does Penelope want that?
Oh, does she want you to remove the crown?
Does she want the crown to be removed? You tried
Well,
to
you
take
said-
it off.
You worded it as you're going to remove the curse. You're going to remove the crown.
Technically, the spell doesn't remove the item; it removes one curse from a cursed magical item. So it would remove a curse from the item.
I think she would go with it. If he sound like he's going to help and not take.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she would go for that.
Make a wisdom saving throw, DC 8.
Oh God, my wisdom's so low. Oh hey, 13.
Okay.
Is that right? Yeah, 13.
You hear in your head, "No, keep me on," but you fight it off.
It's okay. He's not going to take you.
And
He's just-
Penelope, you fly over into Vessel's hand. Vessel,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to cast Greater Restoration.
Yes, through the Amulet of Restoration.
Ooh, the Amulet of Restoration. Because I forgot I gave you that. But in a way, I'm so glad I did give this to you.
Yeah, me too. Thank God. Holy shit. I don't know. Holy shit.
I need you to roll, because this is old magic. I want you to roll,
Just a straight.
and we're
20,
gonna say 0 to, or a nat 1 to 12. Nothing happens. But you're gonna get all your bonuses for Greater Restoration that you normally would get.
Can I give
Uh,
him?
This is-
Can I give him inspiration?
You can give them inspiration if you want to.
I'd be like, "You're so big. Look at you. Look how big you are. You're so big."
Oh,
You
man.
get you're getting your spell casting power. Okay,
Oh, my was spell attack.
your
Power?
spell attack. Yeah, this is more or
Oh.
less your spell attack.
Oh, okay.
You get to add this to your roll. 0 to 12,
Plus D6.
or nat 1 to 12, it fails.
Oh, yeah. No,
Hold
I'm
on,
fine then.
hold on.
Okay.
13 to 15. You weaken it enough to where you can remove the crown from her head. 16 to 20. You obliterate the curse. No, I'm sorry. 18 to 20, you obliterate the curse. To 17, you
13,
weaken it
17,
to where
yeah.
13 to 17 is removable. 18 and 20,
Which
you obliterate the curse.
which inspiration did you give me? Was your inspiration
1d6.
also just a no,
So what?
Daniel?
Oh, Daniel.
Was yours
Oh,
also a
that's-
1d6?
That was last session.
Yeah. Okay. So that
It doesn't
count.
carry over sessions.
All right.
Use it when you get it. Lesson
I
of
don't
the
ever
day.
remember it.
He called out something. He called out my failure on my
Mhm. Legendary.
Yeah.
14 plus my spell attack. Okay, I rolled an 8.
Ooh.
I got a 6 on the d6, so that's 14.
Wow.
Fuck yeah.
And then my spell attack is plus 7, so that's 21.
Okay.
Nice.
You obliterate the curse on the crown. Penelope, you bust back into full-size Penelope.
Immediately throws up.
The crown,
While Granite's holding her.
the crown
Or not Granite, sorry, while Vessel's holding her.
pops off and lands on the ground.
I'll pick it up.
It crumbles to pieces.
Well, so much for that gold.
Oh,
That's fine.
the whole crown was just a curse.
Evil.
Uh,
Why?
As I said.
Why? Why would they give us that?
Evil. This whole place is evil.
God, I was so strong for like half a second.
But yet
it
so
done.
weak.
Seeing that she's
Mending.
back to her normal self, I'm. Is there anything to scoop up of the crown, or is it just crumbled?
Dust in the wind.
I'll rake my foot over it to make sure it dissipates.
I'm sorry.
We can
Glad
get
you're
gold
okay.
anywhere.
Yeah, we can get gold anywhere. You're right, Abigail. She starts skipping towards town. Thanks, Vessel.
You're welcome.
Amulet's down now.
That was scary.
Granite gets some more gray hair.
Oh my god.
Get too old for this shit.
picks up Cracker's
Like-
bowl.
So y'all are lucky at how powerful Vessel is. And the clutch, by the way, the clutch 6 roll on the inspiration.
Yeah.
8 and 7 is 15, so that would
15.
have just been removable.
It would have been removable.
Could have took it off. That's fine. It's gone. We're good.
Nonetheless, if you would have rolled less than an 8, though,
Yeah.
anyway, if you rolled 6 or less,
Nope. Permanent fairy.
We've got other things
No.
we probably could have tried.
Yeah.
nonetheless. Okay,
We had backup plans.
now everybody makes it to the settlement. Of course, none of them knowing what had transpired. There is no more crown. There is no more chance for gold.
I don't care about the money.
I'll need to make a note of that for future. And everybody seems to be ready to go at the settlement.
I have to grab back.
ERBs.
Okay.
So, what's the party gonna do?
If we've got everything lined up, I'll spread the word to get everybody gathered back up, get resources together. Once I know that everybody is accounted for and together, I'm assuming I get to blow this magic whistle that's going to take us home.
Yep. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Whoops! Suddenly, I remembered something that I was gonna do.
I was like, I hope that doesn't turn your face into like a bird or something stupid.
Well, I hope you would have told me when you looked at it. Hopefully, you'll tell me everything that happens when you look at these items. And
I didn't know it
that.
was gonna do that. It didn't tell me that. It was
You have
like
to be
you'll be so strong, and I got to get stronger.
So charismatic.
Smell isn't everything.
We have to be careful of any talking items.
Well, I don't know if it was talking or if it was the spell or if it was my own internal monologue.
Do you usually hear two voices?
It's Penelope.
mean-
I bet there's more than two.
This is a legitimate question. I'm asking Penelope.
No, I mean they're
You
always
always hear
mine.
two
They might
voices?
they sound different sometimes, but they're still mine.
Good to know.
Well, I mean that like I'm possessed. I think I almost was though. I could fly though. That was cool.
That was cool.
For a short amount of time. Then you threw up.
I
And
did
you can
throw up.
control your disc when you set on it. Can you control it?
No, I can't control it. It just follows me. It would
How
be
much
cool
weight
if
does
I
it
could.
hold? Did we
A lot.
determine that?
500. Well, we don't know. I think it can hold a lot.
It held me.
Yeah, it held her.
Yeah, but
Can't
she's
remember, there was-
small and
It's
There
fine.
was a-
It's
there was a
above the
weight limit.
table.
I'm
Above the
agile.
table, it's 500 pounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say weight
Nice.
limit. I was say there was a.
Yeah.
nice.
I don't know if Granite was asking Penelope or if you were asking me. Penelope is not sure, but she doesn't. Oh no, we did. We put Granite on and it broke.
No, we put
You put vessel.
Erwin
on
I
it.
mean vessel.
and Vessel.
Yeah.
I
Are you
was
trying to put both of them on it?
Yeah.
Well, put vessel on it and it broke, and then Erwin could sit on it.
One of
I did okay.
No, it was when me and Erwin were on it because I'm less than 500 pounds, but
Oh, are you? Oh, okay.
Okay, so
I'm-
the combination broke.
I am
it.
The combo.
415 pounds.
Yeah,
I-
barely.
I have
broke
some
it then.
things that came up, so I'm probably gonna have to get going.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, we're fixing to blow the whistle to port back into wherever it takes me.
Okay. I'll stick around for a little bit longer, as long as I can.
No, look, if you gotta go, man, you go ahead and go. All I'm gonna say is listen to the end of what you missed. Probably like the last 40, 50 minutes, okay?
Okay, I will. I'd want to stick around to see what you had planned, but
It'll be all right. Just catch the end of it, so you know, okay?
okay, I appreciate it. I had fun playing with you guys. Thank you.
Glad
Later.
you made it, buddy. We'll see you next
Bye.
time.
Take care, man.
You guys too.
And pardon me while I correct the question mark here.
The Cowboys actually won
Oh yeah,
by 40 points.
They really smacked them down.
But I'm glad I
Okay,
did.
so
Dude, their defense would have got me so many points. Sorry. Sidetrack.
are you going to blow the whistle?
Once everybody's together, and I make sure that because I don't know how long this portal is going to last, I don't want to take any chances of somebody getting left behind. So I guess I'll be the last one to go through the portal
Okay.
because if I get cut off, I'm assuming I could be able to get back to it or blow it again within
In
a week.
Is that a fairy week or our realm
We don't know.
You don't know.
I think it's a relative week to where you are, maybe.
Can't assume anything in this realm.
The whistle's
Can
not
assume.
talking to me, so I don't know.
Have you tried listening?
Granite opens up his mind into the whistle.
I hear
He hears
Shit. Oh,
That's
goodness.
all he wanted to hear.
all right, do you blow the whistle?
Has everybody got everything they needed to do here? We're good. There's nothing they want to arrest. Nothing like that. Nothing they want to investigate.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay.
All right, I'm taking us home.
Isn't it amazing? It's the same sound. Granite
Evil.
blows the whistle, and a vine archway erupts from the ground. And is there in place. Everybody runs through.
I'm directing
Townspeople-
people through. Yep.
Townspeople first, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Everybody busts through. Granted, you're the last through. As you make it through, the arch begins to shimmer and break away. And what you notice, and I'm having trouble, I can't remember. We'll just do it this way. What you notice is when you left, it was warm, balmy summer. Near the end of summer, but summer. From the time that you had spent in Waterdeep solving that mystery to the time that you had went to see Volo. Upon your return, trees are dead. It is bitter cold. There is ice, snow, and y'all are not dressed for a winter. But you all find yourself in the middle of a blizzard in the forest, or in a forest, not 100% where you are, or not 100% certain where you could be.
Penelope's gonna look at Granite. Did you do it wrong?
Let's see. Hang on a second. I have. I don't ever know where to find this shit. I am a wanderer. I have an excellent memory of maps, geography, and can always recall a general layout of a terrain, settlements, and other features around me.
Okay, granted, were you ever at the location where that claw was pulled from the bear?
Many a times.
Then you know
Going
exactly
through those
where,
forests with my family, absolutely.
Then you know exactly where you are and what direction you need to go to get to the settlement.
So I'll just reassure Penelope, we're not too far from home.
Oh, that's good because it's real cold out here.
Just a wee.
Yes, as the wind continues to blow.
She gestures towards her legs. I don't have pants on.
Granted,
Don't have anything for that.
this is going to be half day's travel in the snow with a bunch of shivering people.
I pass out torches that I have from my explorer pack, and we can use those as a source of heat. I'm sure somebody has a magical means of lighting the fires.
I kind of do.
If not, Abigail pulls out flint and steel and lights torches. Abigail would be prepared in that aspect.
Well, there should be something in the pack to light a torch if I have torches.
Yeah,
that
there
would
should be a flint and steel.
Okay.
There'd
Yeah.
always be.
So then I'll pass out the torches that I have as a source of heat.
Okay, so that will lower the difficulty.
Penelope is gonna
What
pull
else
her-
do you do? What else can anybody do to try to lower the difficulty of this travel. It's a half day's travel that you know back to the church. But in this weather and in your condition, it's not going to be easy.
Best thing I could do is burn everyone to death magically. But I will pull a blanket out and wrap it around myself.
Okay?
I don't know what I have.
Cool. What else? Anybody else? Abigail will pull out her blanket and copy what Penelope's doing. She doesn't have much else in that regard to assist in the group. Only survival. I mean, for the upcoming survival check, I'll say.
So, would like a campfire of sorts not help us to stay
A
warm?
campfire wouldn't move with y'all
How do you know it wouldn't move?
unless
If
you
we
built
have a
it on top.
platform,
Unless you built it on that disc, you'd have to build a pretty roaring campfire on top of that 3-foot disc
it holds
and have the
500
people
pounds.
huddle around it. That's possible. Penelope,
Yeah, we can do that. So it's a wild use of a floating disc, but I'm for it.
you have
I'm-
the townspeople hover around, circle around the disc and walk in that regard to push the disc around between the tree. Give me a survival check. Whoever wants to build the fire.
Like to get the supplies.
To
Well,
get
I
the
guess
supplies
since-
to build the fire.
Oh,
And then, granted, you're going to be leading the way, so you're going to be giving me a survival check to get back
I guess
in a
I'll
timely manner.
try.
all right, well, 19 to get back.
Oh yeah, you're going to make it back in a timely manner.
And I got 18 for whatever.
And you come across supplies pretty quickly, and each of which is going to lower that difficulty even more so, that Granite just rolled monstrously for. Simple enough.
Rolled a
Floating fire disc, why not? Keeps the entire party and villagers warm as they walk their way back to the church.
Nice.
As you get back to the church and the settlement, of course, outside you do not see Willowben, but upon entering the church, Willowben turns and looks, and you notice she doesn't look all that different than where she was when you last saw her. Willowben turns to you and says, "My God, you've been gone for 4 months."
Granted, just laughs because this concept of this time difference between the Feywild and the material realm, and it was only a month for them, and we're fortunate it was as short a time as it is.
And you can see as the people they got to the church that they noticed that most of the structures have all been torn down and turned into graves.
I would have
And-
explained. Well, no, we didn't have time to explain.
No, they're all confused and why this has happened, and seeing that Willowbend is aged as well, and some put 2 and 2 together, some don't. It's a mass confusion, but Willowbend tells you that yes, you've been gone for 4 months, for the time that you'd been left to come back, and above table, when I rolled this, just so everybody knows, I mixed up numbers and I mixed up what the rolls could be for the Feywild. I
Right.
did it on a D6. 4 would be nothing. That mean there would be no time would have transpired. If I would have rolled a 3, 1 hour in the Feywild would have equaled 1 hour in real time. If I would have rolled a 2, which is what I did, 1 hour in the Feywild equaled 1 day. If I would have rolled a 1, it would have been weeks. So 1 hour in the Feywild would have been 1 week. If I would have rolled a 5, that's months. So 1 hour would have been a month.
Oh,
And if I would
God.
have rolled a 6,
Been a
1
year.
hour would be 1 year.
That would have been
Wow,
the best.
that would've been-
Lucky.
You spent a grand total of
4 days.
98 hours. Well, I guess technically it's 3 months and 2 days. So,
Ish.
sorry, you've been gone for 3 months, not 4 months. 98 days gone. That's how it ended up rolling. And
That was significantly less than I thought it would be.
Oh,
Yep,
y'all
me
all
too.
got lucky. Oh, you lucky. When I did that, I was like, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make everything mixed up here and here, just so it'd be like, one is nothing. I just wanted to see what would happen, and boy, howdy,
Oh wow, that could have been really bad.
Yay.
I rolled days. So y'all have been gone for a grand total of 3 months, but
Ish.
you have now returned your people home. Granted, they are in the middle of winter, unprepared in a church. Well, they have some food stocks.
We have some supplies, but
They will need additional help, and as the elder approaches and Willowben approaches you to discuss how this is going to be. She goes, it's wonderful that they're back, but I do not have food supplies for 23 people for an entire winters.
so with my feature as a wanderer, I'm able to find enough food for myself and up to 5 others each day.
That would be your party.
Right. But I'm going to stay with my people long enough to get them back on their feet.
Are you going to do any traveling? Because now this is a potential party split. Unless your party is going to stay with you. and
Anything that I've got in the immediate area that can be salvaged, hunted.
Because right now you're 3 days away from Waterdeep.
Right. Well,
This is kind of up to you and your party here. What y'all want to do?
I have. Where is it? Hang on.
Okay, 4:30 is going to be our out time. This should be just enough time to figure this out, and then
Perfect.
lead into what happens next time.
Son of a bitch. Okay, so I guess I'm going to expose a little bit about Granite that nobody knows anything about. I will cast, to help with the food problems, I will cast Good Berries.
Okay.
And that will supply enough food to help. Let's see. 10 berries. So between the 10 berries and the supplies of food that we have, it will give us a couple of days to get things to where we could start hunting the immediate area to help start providing more food.
Okay. So you're going to try and collect for a winter's survival in the middle of winter. That will be tough.
Well, we don't really have anything other to do other than take everybody into Waterdeep.
Do they have enough food to last a week? That we could go there and back and bring more?
Yeah, that's a possibility. You have food supplies to last a short amount of time. just not a full winter's.
Well, I guess with their supplies, giving them the supplies that they could get at least an extra day out of the good berries. Probably travel to Waterdeep to gather supplies and come back.
Okay. Is that what the party wants to do?
I'm cool with that.
I'm
Anybody
good.
that wants to stay and try to help do things at the
Split the party?
well, I mean,
Oh, his eyes got too big for that.
anybody wants to stay and try to help. This is on their own volition. I'm not going to tell them they got to travel with me.
You know what? I will actually do that. I will stay here because I can do. How often is it? Oh, I can create enough. I can create enough food and water for 15 people 3 times a day.
Wow.
Nice.
So technically, I could create enough food and water for 45 people every day.
It's just a 55-gallon drum of quinoa.
It's a 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water, which is enough to feed 15 people for 24 hours.
So that, if Vessel stays, that plus existing stockpiles, I will say is more than enough to keep them fed for a trip to Waterdeep, to get supplies for a winter's food and clothing, and
I'll also help them around the village with, like, you said they had torn some buildings down. They're probably going to want to
They
rebuild some of them.
destroyed the homes and made monuments and of the families that lived in those homes because we believed that they were gone. We wanted something to remember them by.
Yeah.
at this point it's kind of like triage. Everybody's staying in the church.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of blankets to go around in this instance because it's a village. But Vessel's got the food portion covered. Anybody can want to cover or can try to cover heating sources.
I've got nothing for heat.
If something's burnable, I can put it on fire. That's about it.
Okay.
I can attack things with fire.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well,
So
if you have, like, flame touch or something, you could light
I
things on fire with that.
have what's it called?
Firebolt.
Yeah, that's not what I call it, but that's what it is.
okay. Well, if somebody wants to leave their flint and steel where they can light fire,
Well, then I'd leave the flint and steel.
so
You
then what
said
they'll probably
Abigail has hers.
the I'm doing too much here, but what the townspeople, not being inept, begin to push pews and benches in the church out of the way, enough to make like a little triage area for people to stay. Begin lining the floors with additional stones and making fire pits inside the church and creating ventilation for it to add warmth into there. And with Vessel staying behind, they will all stay fed within the time frame, and you could relatively stay warm to survive the winter. It will, the temporary lodgings, I'm going to say, will probably be tough for them to go through winter the entire time, but not that it'd be, not feasible to do. It may be one rough winter, but they can get back on their feet, more or
Okay.
less. We'll say that. So you all begin your trek back to Waterdeep without Vessel.
Hang on, real
We'll stay
quick. Don't we have a
behind.
wagon that we brought with us that we
Yes,
need
you
to take
do
back
have a
so we can put
wagon.
stuff in?
Yes, you do.
Just
If-
saying, we could probably need to take
If
that with
Willowben
us.
took care of them, if Willowben took care of them like I asked her to, then yes.
Yep. Horses are still there, just 3 months older.
You know,
Just so.
The cart-
Oh,
The cart was outside. It's 3 months weathered. It creaks and cracks, but it goes
Better than
just
nothing.
like it's supposed to.
Penelope will do the bending thing on the wagon anywhere it looks.
It looks good now. You don't have to worry about the wheels breaking. Y'all make your way back to Waterdeep. And I'm going to say this, for 3 days travel, it's no problem for y'all, even in the winter. No bandits. Y'all are at a point in your adventuring career now. Even a sneak attack from bandits isn't going to do jack to y'all. So even if they try, you're just going to murder them. That's just the way it works. You're too powerful for bandit attacks at night. So you no longer have to worry about bandit attacks at night of your standard variety. Let me put it like that.
Nope.
3 days travel. It's harsh. It's rough. Maybe a little frostbitten somewhere. You make it back to Waterdeep. What would you like to do in Waterdeep?
Find supplies. Make sure we take White Oak back with us when we do travel back. And I want to arm him with a crossbow.
You are going to... Okay, so you're going to get supplies, and you're going to go to the bar and pick up White Oak.
Yes.
Who else is going with Granite to the bar?
I guess. I mean, I'll travel with them. We're all just kind of chill, anyways.
I was gonna say I would have gone to find food and blankets.
Okay, Penelope is out doing all the necessary legwork to gather supplies. Abigail, I'm pretty sure, would
Would have probably went with her.
have went with Penelope for supplies, while Erwin and Granite went to the bar to gather White Oak to bring back with. Granite, as you begin walking towards the bar, you notice something very odd. There are tarps flapping in the front of what used to be the porch and front door of your bar. But it looks like something has gone off and exploded and busted out the front of Troll Skull Tavern.
It was that fucking dude. I don't know.
The tarps flapping. You see a small dwarven man who's there. He's cutting boards from the opening of the door, and cutting them flush and flat, and then working to rebuild some of the walls. It looks like it had started maybe a day or so ago.
Full approach.
The dwarven man turns to you and goes, "I'm sorry, the bar's closed for now. I gotta rebuild this wall." And he points, and in some instances you see a lot of char from a fire, but mostly on the external of the building.
What
It
happened?
was like, seems somebody came along and cast a fireball at the door and blew it off. A group of what do they call them? What are they called? Knights, I guess, or paladins from a kingdom out a ways. Said they were looking for somebody.
Seems aggressive.
It's a hell of a way to look for somebody.
Yeah, they heard that the person they were looking for was working here. I don't know much about it. You have to ask the man who runs the bar.
I own the bar. It's
Well, then you ought to know what's going on.
been out of town.
Well, then you ought to talk to the man who's been running the bar.
Was anybody hurt?
A few patrons got burned up. Got beat down. The barman that was running it, he got beat up pretty good. But he's in the back right now.
I'm gonna step in.
Mm-hmm.
Is the shield still on the wall?
Yeah.
It's just structural damage to the front.
Yep. Front door got blown out. Or, well, the front wall got blown out. If you can imagine, if this was a fireball that was cast straight at the front door, and the radius of a fireball has taken out the front of the building.
I'm gonna take Zamul's shield
Uh-huh.
off the wall and put it in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Is any sign of Leaf?
You worried about the ghost?
He can communicate with me.
You do not see Leaf anywhere at the moment.
Then I'll try to find Rainier.
Okay, you go to the back where you were told that the man who ran the bar was, and once you get into the back, you see a bruised and beaten Rainier putting together bags of gold for orders, for repair work, all sorts. And he turns and he looks at you and he goes, "By the gods, where have you been?"
Been taking care of my family,
He said, "We were attacked.
so it seems."
They were after Abigail."
She's not here. She's with Penelope right now gathering supplies.
"You must be careful. They could be still in the city. From my take, it was the Dukedom of Breeden
Duke
that had attacked. The Dukedom of Breeden,
of Breedom.
but that is there." He goes, "There's a lot that's been going on. It seems that the former Crown Prince of the Kingdom of Valdrax had forced his hand into the dukedom when his kingdom collapsed. And he had been, from word I heard, forced himself into a political marriage with the Breedom Kingdom and has taken over the lands and the people. Why they're looking for Abigail, I have no idea. But with this level of devastation, there must be something."
I'm looking for
This is
notes.
why I
Hang on.
wanted you to wait, Michael.
Did Korth survive?
Korth has been gone for a long time. By the way,
Korth was running
Korth
the bar
left.
with Rainier.
No, Korth left.
Last I saw.
as far as I remember, we had just said Korth left.
Okay.
Did I say that she was still
We said that
bartending?
she was going to tend the last time that we saw Korth, she was going to tend the bar with Rainier because that's what we were doing with people
That's
that
right.
were absent.
That's right. Yeah, she's fine.
So if she's still around, she's a capable fighter. So I imagine that's probably why I didn't go too far beyond just that. So is she still around the bar, or did he give her leave to do whatever?
She's out at this point in time, probably supply running.
Okay.
Trying to bring back supplies to help reestablish the bar.
Okay. So she'll help with the bar.
And the dwarf, you hear at the front, says, "Hey, there's a note out here," as he's sawing on some wood. And he tears it off and he brings it in and he hands it over.
I'll take it.
And on it, it is a royal decree from Crown Prince Adrian Valdrex from the Dukedom of Breeden, former Kingdom of Valdrax, seeking the head of Abigail for treason to the kingdom.
It's treason then.
Okay.
Is that of this kingdom or a different kingdom?
This is in a kingdom
Probably.
Their kingdom.
Landover.
Gotcha.
Okay. I've got. We got to find Penelope. Is White Oak around?
White Oak is around. He's still staying in the residential
Up in the
quarters on the back side of the building, which would not have been affected other than shook.
So I'm going to take this opportunity to talk to Rainier,
Mhm.
and I'll be like, "This might be a blessing in disguise, having to
How so?
restructure the front. I have some ideas,
Okay.
and I'll take a minute to kind of write down some ideas, and this is stuff that I sent you in our chat a while back.
Okay.
We'll look at that,
Mhm.
and then
Neon lights, stripper poles, a big stage.
Blackjack and hookers. Futurama reference?
a little upgrade to maybe bring the people back in.
Okay.
So try to turn this into a positive for him. Give him something to direct his creative abilities towards.
He looks at it and he goes, okay, well, this is probably going to wipe out the profits for the bar, but
It's not about the money, it's about the people.
okay. I'm in it for the money.
There's always money to be had somewhere. We can do it right here with what we got.
All right. Well, we'll see. He sets it down and he goes, we'll give it time.
No, that sounds good. I'm going to try to gather up White Oak, make sure Erwin didn't have anything that she needed to do here at this particular... Oh, I'm going to tell Rainier I took Zamul's shield off the wall.
He goes, okay. That's kind of a staple of the bar. People like seeing that.
Yeah, but with the front being open and things come up missing, I don't want that to be missing from our staple when we reopen.
Got it. All right. I'll put something up there for now.
Appreciate it. I'm going to try to gather up White Oak, let him know that, hey, we did all the things we said we were going to do. And I guess we would not know where Abigail or Penelope went, so we would have to putz around the bar until they come back.
Was Abigail and Penelope going to go to the bar after collecting stuff? Penelope?
I guess so. I guess we may have spoken that before.
I'm letting you make the decision.
Yeah, probably if we hadn't found them, we'd probably go to the bar.
Okay. Over time, Abigail and Penelope show up at the bar. Abigail is taken aback by the large hole in the wall and grits her teeth. Thank you for in the chat. It's good. And Penelope, you see massive hole in the bar.
As we come up and like, why do people keep trying to blow up the bar? There was
These people particularly are looking for Abigail.
oh, good. I mean, not good, but
It wasn't
Oh.
you this time.
well, I didn't do anything.
She didn't blow up the bar last time either.
No, not about no. Yeah, no, we're good. I'm just saying.
Okay, so
so-
we're giving
Sorry.
the note to Abigail
Yeah.
to show her that this knock on the door was for her.
When Abigail had returned with Penelope hearing the news, she'd be in shock, silent, unable to act, lost in her own thoughts. So, upon receiving the note from that instance, Abigail is stunned, silent, shocked,
Unable to act.
unable to act,
Lost
and
in her
lost in her own
thoughts.
thoughts. And that's where we'll leave off on this episode for the Adventuring Guild. So, congratulations on making level 6, guys.
Oh
I
yeah.
got
Gotta do
homework.
that. That's a
Third level spells.
I can now.
Congratulations on surviving the Feywild.
I can now.
Just glad we didn't
self-heal
come
when I
back
heal you
100 years
guys.
later. That would have been
Oh,
bad.
that would have been terrible.
God,
I did the math on what you said that they'd been gone 8 years, but only 1 month for them, and I was like, that's about 90 something days for every day. And I was like, man, if he goes by that rule, we're gonna be here a minute.
well, that's the wonderful thing about that is when people enter and they're, as long as you enter at different times,
Yeah.
then it's people, experience different things.
I think it would have been awesome to have been in there for years.
If it would have been years, I would have had to rewrite the entire damn campaign. So no, screw you.
There's
That would've
there's
been
cars
bad.
now, and it's just regular cities that you're all familiar with.
Oh, you don't know what I would have done, but I would have
Side
done
would have been a
something.
wreck.
Rainier
Other
would have been dead.
kids would be
Look,
dead.
I know where all this eventually heads to. Let's just say this would have been a vastly different game had it been years. Okay.
Nice. All right, level 6. Get to sit down and figure out what I'm doing with that.
No joke.
I'll help you first.
Well,
Actually, you're fixing to leave, aren't you?
yeah, I have a
We'll do
thing.
that later.
Right into perfect out time.
Yeah, my
So-
ride will be here in 10 minutes ish.
So, once again, that's I explained the Fae. Everybody, thanks for joining in. I really appreciate those who sat here and listened to us rabble on about our silly little game that we had some fun playing in. And thank you for joining me today. Even in this inauspicious times, it was fun and a good distraction, and I really appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
And we almost
Next
lost
time.
Penelope again.
Oh yeah, and Penelope almost did
Ah.
something dumb where we'd have to have TJ roll the character.
God, hellbent on losing this character.
Doing a pretty good job of almost getting ruined, man.
But she would have done it. She would have. Like,
You're true to you're true to your character. That's
I-
what's,
That's
I-
awesome.
that's
I-
what's beautiful about it.
No
I
filter,
can't
chaotic
fault
little
you at
shit.
once.
I was stressing so bad. I was like, oh shit, what'd I do?
And I just love
Yeah.
it. I just love it at this point that Granite has now accepted the fairy curse. That was something that I was hoping would have happened.
But
I
he's not the
love-
only one. He's not the
I
only one
took
that has
it-
Fae heritage, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
I took it as the fastest way to alleviate that situation with the minimum amount of casualties.
Well, I had a real good new spell. I could be able to leave it a lot faster. But that's not Penelope's way.
Granite's,
Wasn't chaotic enough.
Granite's killed way too many people as it is.
I know
so-
you were tipping. I should have tipped you evil a long time ago, but I didn't. Once you bashed in Gallagher style that kid's head in the cot,
I rolled for that save.
I know,
I wasn't here for that.
I know.
one.
I said I should have tipped you, but I didn't. So
I made that save. Leave that one alone.
you jar. No, that just make this episode made a whole lot more fun things for the future possible. So hooray!
Yay.
We will see what happens next time as Abigail is being hunted for her head. So, goodbye, everyone. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.